Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Australian Afghan Husseinian Youth Association, I'm honoured to welcome you all to the 2025 Refugee Australia Day celebration. Today, we come together to celebrate Australia Day and to warmly welcome newly arrived migrants and refugees to our great nation as we reflect on the Australia rich history. This event is proudly sponsored by National Australia Day Council, and we thank them for their ongoing commitment to fostering a united, inclusive Australia. Before we begin our program, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge some of our distinguished guests who are with us today. Your support and presence are greatly appreciated. Our esteemed guest of honour, Her Excellence Honourable Margaret Besley, the Governor-General of New South Wales. Your Excellence, privileged to have you today. Mr. Sayed Karimi, President of Australia Afghan Hussein Youth Association, and our generous sponsors, the Tech Communication and Oz Love and Care. Your unwavering support makes today's event possible, as we are grateful for your ongoing generosity. The Superintendent Robert Tainton, Inspector Paul Stimus, Tina Ayad, and Consular Evna Yasser, Dr. Sabrina Faruqi, Maulana Sayed Rehan Zaidi, Maulana Sayed Zaki Hussain, and Maulana Muhammad Bakr Hussaini, and Maulana Shoaib Naqvi. The Australian Afghan Husseinian Youth Association, established in 2006. It's a non-profit welfare organisation that has been making a significant difference in the lives of refugee and newly arrived Australians. At its core, its mission is to support refugee children, young people, women and families in their settlement journey. The organisation empowers community members with their skills, resources and information necessary to help them integrate into society and living fulfilling, meaningful lives. While AI was initially founded by an Afghan refugee to serve the community, the organisation reach has expanded. Today, with the community, AYA proudly works with people from all over the backgrounds, vulnerable groups, with continued focus on supporting newly arrived youth as they navigate the challenges of settling into a new environment. Though its various programs and service, AYA is creating pathways for individuals to thrive in their new lives here in Australia, fostering a sense of belonging, strength and community. Before we move forward with the program, I would like to invite Qari Sayyid Mustafa Musawi to lead us in Quran recitation. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولقد جئتمونا فرادا كما خلقناكم أول مرة وتركتم ما خولناكم وراء ظهوركم وما نرى معكم شفعاءكم الذين زعمتم أنهم فيكم شركاء لقد تقطع بينكم وضل عنكم ما كنتم تزعمون إن الله فالق الحب والنوى من الحي ذلكم الله فأنا تؤفكون فالق الإصباح وجعل الليل سكنا والشمس والقمر حسبانا ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Thank you, Saeed, for the beautiful recitation. Now I'd like to invite Uncle Tony Schools to give the acknowledgement of the country.
A very talented young man in his culture. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Uncle Tony Scholes. I'm a proud descendant of the Dunghutti and Yuin nations, located on the mid-north coast and on the south coast and surrounding areas of Bateman's Bay and Walliga Lake. Gandangara Local Aboriginal Land Council is located at 64 Macquarie Street in Liverpool. Gandangara Local Aboriginal Land Council is a statutory body constituted under the Aboriginal Land Rights Act of 1983 here in New South Wales. Gandangara's objects and functions are set out in the Act to improve, protect and foster the best interest of all Aboriginal people within 6 local government areas, their persons and their members. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land that we currently stand on and meet on here today. I pay my respects to our elders, past, present, and I also like to extend that acknowledgement to any other Aboriginal people who may be here. I am one of 9 board of directors guiding the Land Council into the future. With the board's commitment and passion, we continue to deliver on the members' vision of our community land and business plans. I acknowledge the CEO of Gandangara Local Aboriginal Land Council, Dr. Melissa Williams, who guides and nurtures a growing land council that offers cultural, transport, health and wellbeing services to First Peoples and the wider community of southwestern Sydney. Our boundaries span across 6 LGAs, Liverpool, Fairfield, Sutherland Shire, Canterbury, Bankstown, Cumberland, and also Parramatta. Through Melissa's leadership, we form innovative partnerships, working together with our board, our members, community and stakeholders alike to improve, protect and foster the best interest of all First Peoples. We warmly encourage you to connect with Gandangara to discover a sense of belonging, and through partnership together we can thrive. Furthermore, I would like to recognise the dignitaries here today. Governor of New South Wales, Her Excellency the Honourable Margaret Beazley, ACKC. IA President, Mr Saeed G. Karimi. And at this time, I would like us to take a moment to reflect on who we are as a people, where we come from, our ancestors, our future. We are a proud people here in Australia, and I welcome you to stand up with me today for 1 minute silence to reflect on our past, reflect on our now, and also reflect on our future. So if you please stand. Just take this 1 minute to reflect on who you are as a person. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. May today inspire us to deepen our understanding of each other, cultivate meaningful relationships, and continue to work collectively towards a future that values and respects all cultures and histories as integral to the identity of this land. Embrace the rich and vibrant spirit and cultures of our First People. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for the invitation today to be here and represent Aboriginal people from our local Aboriginal Land Council and our members and our CEO, Dr. Melissa Williams. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.
Now I'd like to invite the Aya group to come to the stage to sing the Australian National Anthem. Can I please get everyone to stand up for the Australian National Anthem?
سلام وطندرای عزیز در احترامی سرود ملی استرالیا همه شما از جای خود بالا شین. خانما، خواهرها، برادرها تمام لطفاً از جای خود ایستاده شین. دستشون درد نکنه.
Australians, oh, let's us join, for we are one and free, with holiness, well, our worship by singing, our land and our nations, all beauty, rich and rare, and history, strength, and every state, our God's Australia. Joyful strength and let us sing and promise to
It is now my great privilege to introduce our distinguished guest of honour, Her Excellence, the Honourable Margaret Besley, the General of New South Wales. Your Excellence, we are grateful to have you with us today. And I'd like for you to come forward and present us with a speech. Thank you.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me? Yes. I get in trouble from my husband. He says he can't hear me. I have a response to that and I say he should go and get his hearing checked. But that's a very domestic conversation, I'm sure, goes on in many, many households. First, may I say thank you. This is a beautiful invitation. And it's a very important one because it does indicate the extent to which Australia is this big country of so many people. I wanted to particularly thank the Youth Association for organising it, and generally for the assistance which is given by this organisation to everyone who comes here to a new country. And I recognise in saying that for some of you, you left a country behind that would have been your preference not to have done so. I'm very conscious of that. But having said that, can I say how pleased we are that you have found what we trust is a happy and a safe haven and home here in this country. Some of you may not know that I think one of the oldest immigrant communities to Australia was from Afghanistan. They were the Cameleers, and they were part of exploring the inland of Australia at a time when, I have to tell you, the Englishmen didn't have much of an idea about how to do it. So they were the Cameleers. And indeed, your oldest mosque in Australia is at Broken Hill. So yes, most of you are new, but in many ways, as an entire community, you are old. You've been here for such a long time. So can I say thank you? I think you should give yourselves a huge round of applause. I also wanted to say this because there are some difficulties in the community, not your community, in the community at large at the moment. But I know from my long experience of meeting your communities that you are a peaceful people. And I want to thank you for bringing your peaceful hearts here and making that part of who we are. So again, can I say thank you to that. Again, you deserve to applaud yourself. I have to say a particular congratulations. Now, where's he gone? Our young Quran reader this morning. Mustafa. Mustafa, I have heard many readings of the Quran, and that was one of the most beautiful. I think that was so amazing. And in many ways, it says to me again what we are here in Australia. Dennis and I were brought up in the Catholic religion, and we understand ceremony, and we understand tradition, and we understand that sense of comfort when we go back into a church that is so familiar to us. And again, I think that you as a community, many of you here only for a few years, can come to a country and hear your Quran recited, but not only recited, but recited so beautifully. So Mustafa, thank you again. Take a bow, because that was so beautiful. One of the things I like, it's almost a sense of humour, I think, that the way our immigrant communities can pick up on our Australian sense of humour so well. There's a beautiful mosque in Punchbowl. Now, I don't know whether many of you know, it's beautiful, but it's interesting. There was a local government height restriction. So mosques, the early mosques that I went to had sort of huge sort of height in them. But there was a 2-story height restriction on the one in Punchbowl. Can you imagine an architect having to deal with that? But there are 2 things about that mosque, 3 things actually, which are particularly beautiful. First of all, the mosque is almost squat, but settles into the land. Secondly, the architect was Greek Orthodox. In fact, there's 4 things I want to say. So he was Greek Orthodox. The third thing is there are internal domes. It's a very difficult construction, and I know one of our young boys here today wants to go into construction. So can I congratulate him for that? But there are 99 domes, and written on those 99 domes are the different names for Allah in gold script. It is sensationally beautiful. But then the Australian sense of humour. Now this is colour-bond, but looks very much like corrugated iron, which was a widely used material throughout Australia and particularly through the country areas. And there is one section of the mosque which has corrugated iron to make a statement that yes, we may have come from a different tradition, but yes, we are also Australian. And I just think that picks up on everything that our immigrant and our Muslim community is, our Shia community is, and everything that we have as a great Australian sense of humour. I just want to speak briefly for a moment about community. I have said on many occasions, a community, particularly with volunteering, and a community which doesn't volunteer and look after itself, is a community without a heart. And I know that here today we're amongst a community not just with a heart, but with a huge beating heart. And I know the work that has been done and is being done to ensure that your life here in Australia is as wonderful as it should be. And sometimes that simply means taking care of the small things that make everyday life possible. Learning to drive, particularly on the other side of the road to what you would have been used to. But learning to drive is very important because in many ways that gives you your wings and enables you to go about the community and do the things you want to do, to go to work, to get your kids to school, and all of those things which are so important. The Learn to Swim program, I cannot emphasise how important that is. And I think just this year, 300 kids went through the Learn to Swim program, and this year I think 5 instructors have qualified, but over the time of that program, many, many more. This is what you're doing to make sure your own lives here are so wonderful, and you are doing it as a community. You of course have the Arabic classes and you have the Quran classes. Again, everything that gives you that sense of belonging. And if I can just briefly, on Australia Day, just talk about this bigger Australian story, if I may. And I'll just tell you what an Australia Day in my role looks like. We started this morning at Barangaroo, down on the harbour, in a ceremony called Wigglora. They're 2 Aboriginal words which mean one mob. In other words, we are one mob together. And it's a beautiful ceremony of song, of traditional song, of modern song, and of being together. We then went to what they call the Oz Day 10K wheelchair race, an international wheelchair race around the harbour, and which is work being done for young athletes from around the world who either were born with a disability or have had accidents, and they have become Olympians, including our own Maddie de Rosario. Even using that name tells you that this is bringing in a wider community. We then did an Australia Day citizenship ceremony at Government House, and I hope as soon as you can, you will all become, you are already in your own way wonderful Australian citizens, and I wait for you for that day when those of you who haven't done it yet take that pledge to be Australian citizens. And now we're here. How typically Australian, a picnic on Australia Day, kids creating havoc in the background, jumping castles, a barbecue about to start. This is Australia. From here we'll go to Blacktown and then back to the city and the concert tomorrow night. I'm going to also dob my husband in again. I suspect as he listens to the Australia Day concert, he'll be watching the final of the men's tennis. But again, can I say thank you? Thank you for making Australia what it is. Thank you for bringing your food. Thank you for bringing your traditions. Thank you for bringing colour into our lives. Thank you for bringing interest and diversity. I know you're wonderful. Can I again say thank you for being so wonderful?
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your inspiring and thoughtful words. Your leadership and advocacy for more inclusive Australia are deeply appreciated. We would now like to invite the President of AYA, Mr. Sayed Karimi, to present a small gift on behalf of the organisation as a token of appreciation. And thank you for attending to our organisation. Now it is my pleasure to invite Sayed Zawar Shah from the Shia National Network to address us. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I start with the name of God who is kind and beneficent. Your Excellency, and today is the Australia Day and I'm an inventing teacher, maybe I make a new title, honorary His Excellency. Respected scholars, friendly counselors, and efficient officials who are sitting with us, and some of them, they are all on the duty, who escorted our guest of honor and make our lives safe. Al Bayt Radio, Oz Love, Church of Scientology, and many groups are here. Maybe I missed some of them. You all are VIPs. I give you permission to become VIP, all of you. My name is humble President Zawar Shah, and I am the President of Shia National Network. Shia National Network, which is known as SANA, S-N-N-A, is a multicultural, multinational, and multilingual umbrella organization, and probably the only one in whole Australia. And we have about 17 organizations as our members. We don't encourage individuals to become our members, because otherwise the whole Australia will be our members. We only let the registered organizations, Islamic centers or mosques as our members. And at the moment, we have got 17 such organizations who are affiliated with the Shia National Network. There are a few applications still pending to become members, and it depends on the executive committee of the Shia Network when they meet and give the approval. Now, can I say that out of all our members, all our 17 members, I can say with full confidence that the Australian Afghan Association, headed by this man, or this probably Superman, working very hard. It is top of the organizations. I don't undermine other organizations. So Karimi is the one who is the motivating force in this organization. And he is very well known in getting the grants and twisting the arm of the associations to get workers. Believe or not, there are 5 workers paid by the government sitting in his office and serving the all communities. I congratulate him, and I have been given notice, probably undesirable notice. One day I went there and he showed me the people who were getting the driving certificates. Next room he took me, and there were people who were learning the swimming. He took me in the third room, and the people who were weak in their schools, kids are getting tuitions, help in the homework, and all that. There are too many things, and one thing I have to mention, though I'm running out of time, but still I will do it. His center is doing that great work who never thought of. He has connection with the supermarkets, with the bakeries. They deliver food and bakery items, veggie and everything, and either his workers or he himself pack them and put them there, and the needy people come every time and take those things. So I have been told to shorten my speech. It is already short anyway. If you want to know more about this organization, read this annual report, and you will find out that the no organization, I know all of them probably, members or not members, is like his organization. And as I said, he is not a man, he is a superman. I ask you to join me in the praising of this person. Thank you.
Thank you, Sayed Zawar Shah, for your insightful contribution today. Your words remind us of the importance of community and resilience. Since August 2021, AYA has been dedicated to empowering over 350 females who have new arrivals to Australia, providing them with skills and support needed to achieve their L license through our high successful driver knowledge test classes. Through this initiative, 40% of the participants have successfully obtained their red Ps, while 25% have advanced obtaining their full driver's license. This program has had a profound impact on many lives of families, enabling them to gain greater independence and mobility in their new environment. In addition to our driving program, we have also seen a significant success with our Learn to Swim initiative. This year alone, over 300 students have participated in the program, which has not only improved their swimming skills but have also built confidence and water safety. Remarkably, 5 of these students who initially struggled to even enter the water have now advanced to the point where they have enrolled into courses and become certified swimming instructors themselves. This progression demonstrates the transformative impact of our programs and highlights the potential for personal growth and achievement among our participants. Next, I would like to invite Hasnain Musavi, the Vice President of AYA. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage.
In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful, I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, the Darug people, and pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. We recognize their enduring connection to the land, and we extend our respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Distinguished guests, community members, and friends, it is with great pride and gratitude that I stand before you today to celebrate Australia Day, a day that reflects unity, diversity, and shared values that make our nation truly remarkable. Today, I'm honoured to speak on behalf of Australian Afghan Hassanein Youth Association, an organisation that embodies the spirit of resilience, compassion and community. AYA was founded in 2006 by refugees for refugees. What began in the humble setting of a living room has now grown into a thriving organisation with its own dedicated community centre. Our journey has been one of commitment and perseverance as we work tirelessly to support newly arrived refugees and migrants in their journey of assimilation and integration into Australian society. Our programs have not only flourished within Australia, but have also reached those in need overseas in countries such as Afghanistan and Pakistan. Here in Australia, AYA has launched several successful initiatives to empower our community. Our Women's Driving Program provides culturally sensitive driving lessons, allowing women to learn in their own language and gain independence. The Swimming Program is another cornerstone of our efforts, teaching newly arrived individuals essential swimming skills, ensuring their safety and well-being here in our country. Additionally, for those in our community who are struggling financially, we offer programs such as food aid, electricity and gas assistance to provide essential support. These initiatives assist not only new arrivals but also residents across Cumberland Council area. Beyond our borders, AYA continues to support disadvantaged communities overseas. Our international initiatives focus on providing basic necessities, offering a lifeline to those facing extreme hardship in Afghanistan and Pakistan. All this great work would have not been possible without, first and foremost, the help of God, and secondly, the opportunity to live in a country like Australia. Australia is a proud multicultural nation built on the foundations of diversity, inclusion and mutual respect. Our country celebrates the values of freedom and equality, ensuring that everyone, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to thrive and contribute. The strength of our multicultural society lies in our ability to embrace different cultures, traditions and perspectives which enrich our collective identity and make Australia a truly unique and vibrant nation. As we celebrate Australia Day today, let us reflect on the values that unite us, such as compassion, inclusivity and resilience. Australia is a land of opportunity where people from diverse backgrounds come together to build a better future. AYA is proud to contribute to this vision by fostering a sense of belonging, support and empowerment within our community. On this special day, let us recommit ourselves to the ideals of unity and diversity that define our great nation. Thank you to everyone who has supported our journey, and we continue to work together to make Australia a welcoming home for all. Thank you, God bless, and happy Australia Day.
We would now like to invite Her Excellency Margaret Beasley and Mr. Karimi, the President, to present a small gift on behalf of our organisation, AYA, as a token of appreciation to a few of our guests, Mr. Sayed Zawar Shah, Robert Toynton, and Oz Love and Care to our sponsors.
Look at the camera, Sayed Zawar. I would like to now welcome the Director of Oz Love and Care. I would like to now welcome Superintendent Robert Toyton. I would like to welcome now Superintendent Robert Toyton.
Finally, it's my pleasure to invite Gokhan Ozgul from Oz Love and Care, one of our valued sponsors, to share a few words. Oz Love and Care is an ongoing support, plays a vital role in success of today's event, and IAT's continued to work in the community.
Hello, yes. Thank you everybody for being here. My name is Gokhan Ozgul, and we have been invited here by this community to be here together with you and to give a couple of words and to share this nice environment and this nice occasion all together. I'd first like to thank Her Excellency for being here with us and all the other honoured guests. Thank you. As I've said, my name is Gokhan Ozgul. We're a NDIS and aged care service providing business. We have been working together with both the Afghan and Pakistani communities for quite a long time now. We started our business 6 years ago, and it has been growing quite well. Before going into the details of those, though, I would like to say for the reader, the small boy Mustafa, both the Qiraat and Mahraj was very well. It was very nice. Thank you very much for that. As well as one of the biggest reasons on why today is special is that it's Australia Day. Now, Australia has accomplished many things. I'm very young, I'm not that old. However, just from even my life, I can see that Australia has been able to accomplish a lot of achievements and has accomplished a lot of objectives which many countries have failed to get done. First and foremost is being able to have this many people from this many different cultures all together under one roof and being able to eat together, being able to stay at the same places, being able to do a lot of things and different activities together and be happy about it at the end. We've come to understand that having different cultures under one roof has brought diversity and inclusivity for a lot of people, as well as it builds tolerance for all of us. We're more understanding of other people's beliefs and ideologies. As we have seen out in the world right now, that differing ideologies and differing beliefs can cause strife and conflict. But Australia, even though it has many different ones, probably past 100 different ideologies and beliefs, but they're still able to live in one community and they're still able to grow and be able to live their lives with their family to the best of their abilities. And this is great. Talking on inclusivity, my mother, Salia Ozgul, as I said 6 years ago, she wanted to start this NDIS service providing business, as well as being able to serve aged care. The drive that she had allowed her to start this business, even though at first it was small, but as we've seen throughout the years, with both her effort and with the help of her family and everybody else who has helped us and supported us, we've been able to grow the business as well. Our understanding, so what makes us different is that our background is Turkish. The Turkish background is very diverse in of itself. Even though they might think that they all live under the same umbrella, if you were to go to Turkey and you were to jump from city to city, you would realize that they're all different people from each other. And living under those circumstances have allowed us to be able to grow and understand many different cultures and to be able to live with them and care for them and support for them. I would like to thank as well Sayyid G. Karimi, emphasis on the G. Anytime that we are together, he's supported us and we've tried to support him. Why I say emphasis on the G is because one day as we were together and we're filling out forms, anytime I would write his name and his surname down, he'd want me to always put the G there. And when I thought on it, it showed to me that he's the sort of person that has that dignity and pride that he wants to, and he has a drive to have his people grow, to have his community grow, to look after them and protect them as much as possible. So thank you again for that. Over the years as well, I've realized that a lot of the times family is not just about blood or blood relations. A lot of times I realize that spending time with a lot of different people, having them help you and you help them, you can understand that family can be more than what it is, and that can be thicker than blood. And as a family as well, our drive both today, yesterday and tomorrow will and always will be to try and support and serve people. Now, if you're unaware, the NDIS and the aged care system that Australia has is very nice. The system is very great. It's going very well. And I'm happy that they're able to get to these people who are struggling in their lives, who are struggling to be independent, and who need the service and support. I am a person who has travelled a bit to other countries, and I have seen countries who don't have systems like these in place. And unfortunately for those people, not having these supports is a bit of a downfall, because they aren't able to get out and about. They aren't able to be together with other people in most of their lives. And the seclusion is not very good for people's morale. Today is evidence enough that when we are all together, when we're sharing a certain activity or an event, and we're socializing, and this is great for all of us, because in the long run, it gives us an aim, it gives us a drive, and it allows us to accomplish tasks when we are helping other people and when they're helping us. So if there are any questions in regards to any help that you require, let it be for the NDIS or the aged care services, you can come to us and we will try to help you, or we'll try to connect you to those professional help that could help you in your life. Looking to the future, I hope to always be involved in the Afghan community. The Afghan community, especially when I was small, when I was young, has helped us out a lot as well, especially when my mother was in labour herself. They had looked after me for a week and two, and the hospitality there was, in by itself, the greatest experience I ever had. So, I would like to thank everybody for coming, thank you for listening, and thank you for all the honoured guests for being here together with us. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Gurkhan, for your kind words and your organisation's continuous support. I would also like to extend our thanks to Margaret Bresley for attending the event, and Mr. Dennis Wilson. They just have to attend another function, and we thank you for your attendance. As we conclude, I want to extend the heartfelt thanks to all of you speakers, sponsors, and guests for your support today. Your presence and contribution makes a lasting impact on our community, and together we continue to build a stronger and more inclusive Australia. Thank you for being here, celebrating Refugee Australia Day, and enjoy the rest of the festivals. Thank you.